What's up, everybody?
Hold on, was that burp cut?
Hey, fuck it, man. What we doing here, gangster?
Okay.
All right. So, what's up, y'all? This is Andre, and this is
Knick-knack.
yeah, y'all know this is Dre Nick. Dre Nick in the building. We together. This is my first video here with my lady.
Hello.
Cutie. What's up? How you doing?
I'm good.
So, 2 weeks ago, I did a video, and it was about whether or not it was hard for me to go ahead and incorporate another human into my life. And I went through some of the steps of what I had to do to go through it. As a man, you know, I could only give a male perspective about what that felt like, what it was like, what I had to change inside, what I was looking for. So, I promised you guys that I would let Nicole come on my show, BBX TV, and
I thought it was Built to Thrive.
no, it's BBX TV.
Okay.
So if you're looking for this video, that's what you'll look for, and then you'll find it. So anyway, go to the past archive and then look at, was it hard for me to incorporate another person, another human into my life? And I'll give my answer. But this is about Nicole, so I'm gonna ask Nicole the same question. Was it difficult for you to incorporate all of this into your life?
Short answer, yeah. I wouldn't say it was hard. I think I kind of grew up seeing wives or women in marriages kind of be in this slave role, and it just didn't look fun. So I would say, like, for most of my life, I was like, I'm not getting married if that's what marriage looks like. Like, I could have way more fun and not look like a raggedy, person killing myself just to say I was married. So I would say I was like, if I'm going to get married, it has to be a partnership. But if I just never saw like it was like few and far between when I was like, oh, that's a great marriage. They look like they're true partners. But it was just so rare. I was like, if somebody comes along and we're like partners and it's not like this assumed role where you're supposed to be like pregnant and barefoot, you have to clean the house, you have to like have kids, you have to like go to work, you have to do all these impossible things and then somehow still look cute. I think, for a lot of, I just didn't think it was possible, but I was open that, if I did find that person, yes, they are definitely husband material. So cue the music, in walks Dre, and he wasn't like, this typical guy. And going back to say typical in my world was like, I'm the man, I go out with my boys, I have fun, and you're home doing everything. So that was refreshing. So I was like, hey, I see you.
It's very good to know that that was what pulled you in. So I would say, because I was there too, and I gave my opinion of how it was for me, like I say, emotionally to like get serious with you and I had to make space for this relationship in my life. You were fiercely independent when I met you. So can you tell the people about that? Because I think that that's something that a lot of women stumble over.
Which part?
Being the way that they were before they actually got the guy, and like having to maintain that, even though it's a balance. It's like balancing on a knife. Like, how did you do it, and how did you cope with it? Because I know it wasn't easy for you.
I would say my independence came, like, I feel like I've been, kind of like this. I've been Nikki Hustle for a very long time, and then the added mindset that I may not get married, and that was not a bad thing. I kind of just, wanted to not be like dependent or looking for a husband. Like, also in college, like, I knew I witnessed people, like, it seemed like that was their only reason for going to college was to find their husband. And it was just like, oh, like, that wasn't like my main goal. So, like, when I saw your potential and I was
She saw my potential, y'all.
not necessarily set in my ways because I was still open, making space for you was hard because you took up a lot of space and I had to change up a lot of things. But I would say I was open to the growing process. And you know, we experienced a lot of growing pains.
Oh, man.
But the growing pains was okay because the potential was there. Like you always treated me like an equal, like a partner. So it was just like refreshing, even though it was just like painful. Like, you know,
So
sometimes I wanted to be by myself, and then you were there. So even that is space. It's like,
so what was a painful thing you want to share that you went through? Because I talked about what shaped me and how trust was probably my biggest issue. And what internally is one of the things we went through, and you were like, man, I should work on that. Like give them
I should work on the trust.
on whatever. I don't know what it was for you, but for me it was trust. I knew we couldn't work without it. So what was one of the things that was like, you know, this might be a deal breaker. This is hard.
It's a deal breaker, but it's like if you're gonna do it, you should just jump all the way in, because if you have reservations and then it doesn't work out, then you always live with the regret. Like, what if I did, you know, go 100%? And I think it was like baggage from like other relationships, culturally, going back to like what I witnessed, how marriages worked. And just, you know, even like some of the women in my family and like my parents, even like just witnessing like how trust was broken with them and how that has like a long-term effect on it. So it's like, I need to be 100, share what my deal breakers are, so if they do occur, there's no shock that, you know, this is not gonna work, but still be 100. And
Yeah, she was real firm with what, like, things that she wasn't gonna go for. And I found that refreshing too. Even though it was new to me. Like, I never had, she was like, I remember one time, it was early on when we were dating, she said, if I ever see you with this girl in particular, some girl that she wasn't digging, she was like, you know what? If you ever be with that girl, then you can never be with me. And that was like a fine line thing. And the way she said it was like, okay, well, I could still make the choice if I want to, but it was going to cost me the potential of a great relationship. So
I believe people should have choices too, like not like treat your partner like they're your kid and you're parenting them,
or like a possession. So it's like,
right? This is what it is. Like, this is where I stand in it. You make the choice. Yes, it will hurt if we do break up because we've put in a lot of time and effort. But I'm okay leaving if that's your choice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna compromise the rest of my life. I think a lot of people be like, you know, I'm 30, I'm 40, I'm 50, you know, I just might as well stay with this person. I'm never like that. Like, I'm just not settling at no point in my life. I'm not walking in my house and there's tension. I hate to live in my own house. It's awkward. It's weird with the person I'm supposed to be with. Like, I will never settle for that. So even if I'm 80 and he does a deal breaker, like, I'm out.
So that's sort of a thing that we talked about.
And he has
I have deal breakers too. Like things that I could just not stand and things that they don't work for me. And so we decided before getting married that we were okay being alone. We were actually really good being alone. And us coming together was not going to be us settling to be together. We were very whole and complete people before, even though we were hurt. Like, being with you healed me in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and I think being with your partner does reveal some things that you may have just swept under the rug.
Things you never knew.
But yeah, we were okay with being alone versus just being married for the sake of marriage. And that included, like, you know, if you wanted to have kids or not. Like,
yeah, that's a deal.
I mean, that's a separate topic. But
yeah, that's a whole thing. We'll
yeah.
do another video for that. But like, you know, that was a deal breaker for me. Like, I really want to have kids. It's something that's important to me. But now that I'm here, it even feels like that is something that, I don't know, we'll get to when we get to it. Like, that's a whole nother video. Okay, so basically for her, wait, let's sum it up. You said that it was hard work, but worth it, right?
Yeah, it was hard work and it was worth it. And it's like, if it's worth it, just go all in. Don't hold back because, you know, it may not work out. And just, I don't know, just go balls to the wall. Like, if it doesn't work out, like, just state your truth. Like, this is what will work for me in a relationship. This is what will not work for me in a relationship. Like, I'm not asking you to change who you are. I'm not asking that if you're my husband, I need you to wake up with me every day at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. Like, that's not what I'm saying, like, is a deal breaker. It's like, you have to let your person be them without you, like, coercing them or manipulating them.
Yeah.
I feel like it's important for to see the decisions your partner makes, and you make a decision if that's going to work with you or not. Because sometimes you're not even going to think. Like, you may have a checklist and you may not even think that something on or off your checklist, you know, is a big deal for you. So, like, you just have to let your partner, like, live and see how they are in their natural habitat and observe them. You can make fun of them, but you have to decide, like, can I live with this forever or not? To me, forever is a big deal, and that, you know, like, the rest of your life is a big deal too.
Yeah, it's a long time. That was actually one of the endearing qualities that made me, like, fall in love with her or consider her, is that she gave me a lot of rope to hang myself. And, you know, sometimes I hung myself a little bit, but I got out of the noose. And now we ended up here. So
Yeah,
that's that. And
we're still alive.
we're still alive.
We're still alive.
I'm still alive.
You gave yourself a lot of rope.
Man, you have rope too. Let's talk about it.
Not as much. No, we're not going to talk about it. But your rope is longer and it's tighter around your neck. All right.
That's very possible. All right. So that's what we would like to share. That's her perspective as a woman in a relationship and incorporating a man into her life. In the comments below, make sure that you leave anything you want us to cover as far as relationship. We've been together. We just celebrated our 10th Valentine's knowing each other. Like, wow. Where did the time even go?
I know. Valentine's Day 2007, it was a blizzard on the East Coast, like literal blizzard. And we were the only two idiots driving to work. And then we kept each other company on the phone as we both slid all over the highway getting back to our apartment. But he wrote me this nice letter. He typed it up. Yeah. And that was, you know, that was nice.
Yeah, I was grateful that I didn't die, and you know,
I was very grateful. My God.
So we, it's been 10 years for us. We got a lot of lessons, and we'll share more. If I could get her on my show.
All right, share this video. Hope you enjoy.
Yep. Peace. As always, you're greater than any circumstance, greater than any past conditioning, and ultimately, you're responsible for sharing you authentically with the world.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.